Wow, I can't believe how much weight I've gained. I have so much to do tomorrow. Why am I so tired and yet so awake? But I remember to pay that bill. Is my son prepared for blah, 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 blah? Is this how your bedtime wind down routine looks? If it does, it sounds like you are suffering from a case of stress. If you suspect that stress is behind your struggles to lose weight and keep it off, and trust me it is, then you want to watch this video because I am going to let you in on the bedtime habits I developed during my 80-pound weight loss that still continues to serve me a decade later. I had tried to lose weight a few times before, but I just couldn't seem to get it to stick. While I was going through several cycles of losing and gaining weight, my health was diminishing at an accelerated rate. With Epstein-Barr virus, I had an enlarged spleen, I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome, weight gain, that was an obvious one. There was increased food intolerances, IBS, skin rashes, and prediabetes. All of those things came at me full force. I felt like I was doing everything. I had tried everything, but was losing the battle. My hope was... My husband asked me, how do you measure what you've done and its impact? I didn't know. He was right. I had no guideline or basis to make the claims I was making. No real definitive reason to throw in the towel. I committed to doing a few basic things each night. Things that didn't take a lot of time or planning because, well, you heard all the stuff that I was dealing with, right? These are the practices that I attribute to aiding me in losing and keeping off 80 pounds off of my frame. You want to have all of them, so you might want to grab something to jot them down. First, I had to calm down my nervous system. Life can feel hard with all of its many stressors and stimuli coming at us. The quickest and easiest way for me to settle my stress is to do some intentional breathing. I do something that's called alternating nostril breathing for about 3 to 5 minutes. For every inhale, exhale cycle, the tension I notice in my jaw, I'm a huge teeth grinder, and the pressure in the back of my head, it melts away, it just instantly relaxes itself. This breathing practice sometimes is the first time all day where I have actually attuned to myself. So much of my day to day is done on autopilot. You know what I mean? Something I noticed once I started paying attention is that the moment I forego calm breathing, it's harder for me to stop the merry-go-round of the many thoughts that I have. The thoughts that typically wind up with me standing in front of the kitchen cabinet eating several tablespoons of almond butter. This breathing practice can be done during the day, though I have other breathing methods that are much more energizing to support my daytime function, whereas this one is much more relaxing for nighttime. Now it's time to take a warm glass of magnesium-rich water. Before taking magnesium at bedtime, I would get huge Charlie horses. You know, those cramps in your legs? Woo, man, that was something awful. And you know that pain, it lingers hours, sometimes days after. Since you've crossed over into Club 40, Club 50, are you noticing more cramps in your legs, your feet, your back, all over? Before magnesium, my sleep would be short and restless. You know what happens when we don't get good quality sleep. Next day, uncontrollable cravings for sugary, high-fat foods. They are the very opposite of what we need when we're trying to lose weight and improve our health. Did you know that magnesium comes in a variety of forms? There's tablet, powder, and even topical form. And you know, your girl, I got all of them. Magnesium seems to deepen the level of calm I feel. I am better able to process the day, viewing all of the occurrences from an open and positive stance. It's like the knots in my belly and my mind, they just loosen when I have the proper amount of magnesium in my body. The side benefit of magnesium at nighttime is that we are getting in some hydration before bed. Dehydration can still happen while we are asleep. Did you know that? If you get the ones that are slightly flavored, the magnesium powders, it is just enough of that sweet taste that could curb the surge of post-dinner cravings as well. Something to do before bedtime to support our health and weight loss endeavors is to rub warm oil on our feet. What just came to your mind when you heard me say that? Hopefully it was relaxation and sweet slumber, because that's what we're headed for. That's what we're after here. For health and longevity, I put oil in some very unique places. Maybe I'll share those with you at another time. At night though, rubbing and massaging oil in those tender acupuncture points on our feet, it's a must. Our feet feet take a beating day in and day out, from shoes, walking, standing. A nighttime foot rub relieves tension, pain, improves circulation, and it's believed to improve digestion according to Ayurvedic science. We consume much less high-quality fats, and if our digestion is kind of muddled, our bodies aren't actually absorbing as much of it as we need. And your skin, the skin on your feet as well, gives a good clue to how much of those nutrients from those fats your bodies are actually absorbing. Applying oils to your skin is a wonderful way to bypass digestion and calories, yet still get in some of those essential fats. Which bedtime routine is sounding pretty good to you so far? Next, I plan. I plan two very important elements. The first is the type of location and time I will exercise. I determine if I will lift weights, do cardio, yoga, work out at home, outside, or hang out in my sauna box. I have a monthly exercise routine schedule that I strive for. However, life happens. I might not have sufficient time in my schedule on a given Monday to lift, but I could do a 30-minute walk on the treadmill. Knowing what I expect of myself the next day serves as the encouragement I need to stay disciplined and consistent. I used to break my commitments to myself a lot, to the detriment of my health and waistline. Now I treat me like the client whose business I do not want to lose. How do you approach your workouts? With a plan, or do you keep things kind of flexible? And how's that working for you? I also plan out what I will eat the next day. It was a subtle noticing that the nights I did not have a plan in place for what I wanted to eat, I became the victim of wandering about, nibbling, snacking here and there, or waiting until my hunger had become too much because I ignored hunger calls several times only to grab whatever was quickest and easiest. Can you relate? When I failed to plan, I engaged in a lot of discretionary eating to the tune of becoming 80 pounds overweight. These days, to free up more of my time during the days, I plan and prepare the foods I wish to eat over the next 3 days. I get to plan, to be aware, to eat knowingly foods that I would otherwise eat almost in hiding and in excess. Though I've planned what I want to eat, I still tend to get consumed with work projects, and I come running into the kitchen looking for food that is ready to be eaten, not cooked or warmed up. So I'm thankful for my portable oven lunchbox. Now my food is always ready when I'm ready for it, whether I'm at home, but especially when I'm running out doing errands. This little lunchbox, man, it is a key player in me being able to maintain the weight I have lost. Planning and my lunch oven box are part of the process that has helped me build a healthier relationship with food. I'll leave links below in the description for you for the lunchbox oven and a playlist of the other videos where I've discussed other steps I took to create a solid relationship with food. Without a vision for what and how we want to eat, we are prone to eat haphazardly and pay the cost of doing so. Don't forget to grab those video links in the description below. Eat well, stay active.